Welcome to another edition of the Hard Count. I'm Michael Imam, and I recently had the opportunity to interview Mansfield High School's offensive lineman Cole Hardin. Hardin is a member of the 2021 class and currently stands at 6 foot 4 inches and 295 pounds, playing both tackle and guard for the Tigers. Hardin has amassed some interest from colleges, his most recent offer coming from McMurray University. Hardin's film will show he has great strength and footwork and also tremendous toughness and mobility, and we talk a little bit about that and more on this episode. All right, everyone, here is Cole Hardin. Enjoy. So you received your most recent offer from McMurray University. First off, congrats on that. You're coming out of Mansfield High School in Texas. Tell me a little about your program.
Yeah, we have a good program over here. We're 6A, which is the highest classification of football that you can be in Texas. We're in one of the toughest districts that there is. We got Duncanville, DeSoto, Cedar Hill, so the competition is very, very high, highest competition I feel like in the country. And I feel like we have a really good program, and this year we got a really good shot to make some noise.
Awesome. Tell me a little about your head coach and your relationship with them. How has that kind of been?
So with the new head coach, Coach George, he was our former offensive coordinator when Coach Mayberry passed away, and actually my family is really close to Coach Mayberry. My dad being the offensive line coach, he was actually brought on the staff by Coach Mayberry because they were friends for a while. And it was really difficult for me and him, and it still is kind of difficult for him a lot. And it's just something that we've been working through, and we're glad that he was in our lives, and we love him a lot. And we're very excited for Coach George, and we're ready to see what he can do, and looking forward to it.
In watching your film, I think you possess a lot of great qualities: strength and good footwork, good speed, good ability to block and create space. But the one quality that I saw that you had, and I think this is a very, very important quality in lineman, is personally my favorite quality in lineman, is toughness. You're going to be a senior this year. How have you kind of developed within your program, would you say, as a lineman?
Well, something that we've prided ourselves on the past few years at Mansfield, we've been a team that runs the ball. We're going to smack you in the mouth, we're going to run it down your throat, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I feel like I've really taken hold of that mentality and everything I do, and I feel like, yes, that's one of my greatest attributes is the toughness I play with, and the physicality I play with, and I have to say that comes from the coaching staff, and that I've been able to just every time I go, I'm going 100%, and I'm opposing my will on other players.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of that in your film. I've seen you run kids straight into the ground with brute force and toughness. I think it's amazing. I think you're going to be a real rock star, whatever college you go to. So how have your parents kind of influenced you as a football player? Do you come from a football family?
Yeah, like I said, my dad's the high school football coach.
Yeah.
He's a offensive line, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, my mom loves football. Both my younger brothers play. So yeah, we're very much a football family. My dad obviously influenced me to want to play football, and ever since from a young age, I've absolutely loved the sport. Still love the sport. Yeah, I can't see myself doing any other thing right now, and it's one of my favorite things to do.
Yep. So you're 6'4", 295 pounds. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you're a very, very big guy. Tell me a little about your training regimen right now. What does a typical week look like for you?
A typical week that looks like for me, since school just started up last week, actually, we'll we'll have class in the morning, and then around 11:30 we'll get on a teams meeting with our coaches, and we'll go through some stuff on there and talk football, and then around 3:30 we go up to the high school, and obviously we can't have our normal regimen because of the coronavirus and everything, and so we have to sanitize the bars. We got to between each person's lift, but we're able to go through it, and we're able to get pretty much a normal workout in. And then right after that, we have football skills, which we can't do without any pads because we're not allowed to practice with pads on until September 8th is the UIL date that we can. And we're able to do some football skills and get some learning in after our nice weight room session.
Awesome. And so, you come from a very, very, very big, heavy football state, and you kind of talked a little bit about how you're arguably one of the best programs out there, and I think that says a lot because Texas is such a huge football state, and so is Florida as well. I had some kids on here from Florida, too. So what kind of goes into being a student athlete? I said, from your perspective, what advice would you give to kids in balancing sports and academics?
Well, yeah, I feel like my family's also put academics extremely high. That's something I'm fortunately blessed with. I feel like I'm pretty smart and I've been able to do really good in school. And yeah, really, when you're in those higher level classes, it gets really hard to balance. And I just gotta say that it's you're not gonna have the most time in the world, but if you love football and you love bettering yourself academically, it's something you got to do, you know. And I feel that it's not anything impossible to do. It's just my advice that I give would be just to work hard in anything you do and make sure you turn your homework, make sure you do all the little things right, and everything will turn out okay.
Awesome, awesome. And you look at the future here. Where do you see yourself come the next 2, 3, or 4 years? Do you think do you want to play in the NFL? Do you have NFL aspirations? Where do you kind of see yourself in that regard?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take it one step at a time for now. Of course, the end goal is always to end up to be the best of the best, right? But as of right now, just taking it one step at a time, every little step, because you can't focus on the end goal down the road, even though it's something great to look to. You got to focus on the next thing. And we have a saying over here at Mansfield: it's brick by brick. And you're not gonna, when you're building a wall, you're not gonna go out there and just have the wall built. You can go out there and you're gonna lay each brick as perfectly as you can, and then and at some point you're gonna have a pretty dang good wall, you know. So just take it one step at a time and just place it brick by brick, doing every step as perfectly as you can, and you see where you're gonna go.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much, Cole. I really appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate the opportunity to share.
All right, everyone, thanks so much for listening. That was Cole Hardin out of Mansfield High School in Texas. If you'd like to contact Cole, his Twitter account is at ColeHardin79. And I'll post his huddle and highlights below so you can find that if you want to check them out. If you want to contact me, my Twitter handle is at Imami Michael, and my YouTube channel is The Hard Count with Michael Imami. Would mean a lot if you guys subscribed. Got a ton more great athletes coming up, so you want to hit the alert button on there to get updates on when the new videos are coming out. If your parents want to check out the Facebook for the show, it's at The Hard Count with Michael Imami. In case they want to share the videos or give them a like, would really appreciate that. I really appreciate Cole taking the time to come on. He's going to make a serious impact on whatever college he signs with, and best wishes to him with his recruitment. Hopefully, I'll be able to interview some more athletes from Mansfield in the future. They've got a very talented athletic program over there and great athletes over there. All right, everyone, thanks so much for listening. This has been The Hard Count. Do you have what it takes to go D1?